Hey, it's Cam. That is him. I'm gonna be doing an instructional video. Remember when I said that you might learn something? This is one of them somethings. I'm gonna teach you how to juggle. Because I was watching Tropic Thunder last night. Gave me inspiration. War film. It was great. Emotional scene right at the beginning. Two characters talking about when they get back to the war, what are they gonna do? One of them just lost his hands, and he's getting all teared up. He said, when I got back, I wanted to teach you how to juggle. And I was like, oh my god, I know how to juggle. We're going to work our way up to 3 balls, don't worry. But to start, 100% everyone starting at 2 balls. Unless you already know how to do 2 balls, and you're like, I don't know how to do the 3rd ball. Then maybe just watch it. So if you have to start like this, definitely start like this. Go one hand, just like that. And then even do the low one, start it low, get this motion down because you will need that it'll help. You want to get both hands on the same page, then you get that down, that's when you add the 2nd ball. So it's a cross, 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 cross. So you want to think about how the ball's arcing when you're not paying direct attention to it. Because you're also going to be paying attention to moving another ball in your hands, so you have to just get used to that kind of background thought of tossing and catching and what that arc looks like. But with this, it's very important. You just want to figure out how to catch the ball without paying full attention to it, without watching it go all the way back into your hand each time, because that's just going to slow you down. Switch. The switch can be a toss, or it can just be a rollover, but you just want to get used to these hands moving a ball from one hand to the other while there's a ball in the air. So you can see I'm doing it without looking at this ball in the air, but while you're doing it the first few times, you want to look at the ball in the air, and then you'll transfer this ball without looking. Do it hand to hand if you have to, but up, over. Give yourself time, don't rush it, or you're going to get it. And you're going to throw. Once you start getting this down, and you can do hand to hand, and then you start tossing it a little bit, and you can do like farther tosses, and then you can start doing quicker. Once you get to this level and you're starting to do this and you're like, switch, go the other direction. I haven't practiced this. Oh man, I should have practiced this before. But yeah, switch. Okay, there we go. And once you can do it the same thing, control. Then once you get there, you get comfortable with that, you can go both ways. You can go both ways. Alright, that is when you're going to start getting into M's. And so the M is, instead of doing a hand-to-hand transfer, you're just going to try and keep these 2 balls in the air simultaneously. So you'll throw one across, then when it hits the height, when it starts coming back down, that's when you're going to toss the next ball. Alright, so it goes up, next ball, and see, I'm keeping it in the air. You don't have to do that, that's what you're going to work towards eventually. Throw each ball up once and catch it, making an M. Looks like a McDonald's M when you do it. Not the best example, but watch the ball traces each time. Makes a bit of an M, you can see it somewhere. Same thing, you'll start off by stopping after each time. And then the first one you catch is going to be the first one you release as you try and make that a continuous motion. So you go from stopping to continuous. Okay? And this goes from an M to more of like an infinity symbol because you're kind of going like that. So if you can get your gaze up while you're doing this, and you can look past the balls, that's when you're ready to go on the 3 balls. What I recommend, if you don't quite have the speed, you can if you can do 2 balls, but you don't quite have the speed ready for 3, and you have scarves, not fucking awful tissues, use scarves, because it'll just slow everything down. You'll get the motion of what's supposed to be happening a lot easier once it's slowed down that way. But tissues fucking blow. Get it? Nose blow. Ha ha ha. Okay, anyway. I'll show you this all slowed down with tennis balls later, but I want you to see the slowness of it maybe with tissues. You'll start with the one that has 2 tissues in it, and you'll throw whichever one's easiest to release first, up and across, diagonally. For me, it's my right hand going across to my left. Boom. And then this next hand is going to throw opposite motion, left to right. Release it up here, and on your way back down, you're going to be catching the other tissue. I know there's no tissue here for me to catch. Watch. But they just fly all over the place. I almost had it. I don't even know where the tissue is. But see, it slows everything down, and it lets you get that extra like half second. Good, they're gone. Always start with the 2-ball hand. Up, and that second ball is going to come down. Start doing M's. Okay? But you have 3 balls now. Once you get that, try and do a continuous M, but instead, you're still going to catch this ball, that first ball you toss. This ball, I guess, because it's this hand. Anyway, you're still going to catch it, but you're going to release this ball before you catch that first ball. Okay? So now I've done 3 instead of 2. 1, 2, 3. And I'm catching. So stop it. Again, start with 2. Start with 2. Get it down on both sides. Start with 2. Start with 2. Once you have both sides down, that's when you go 3. 3. 3. Get them all around the same height. Same field of vision, so your head's not moving. You're not looking down at your hands. You're getting the motion comfortable. If you have to do it slow, do it slow. 1, 2, 3. So then you just have to link it. And then once you link it, it's not going to be this smooth right away. You're definitely going to be clunky. But once you get past that, once you figure out how to link it, it's really just getting the smoothness down. And I know that sounds like, oh, just practice. Yeah, it is just practice. Some hiccups that might occur along the way. You'll hit the ball a lot. That usually is a good sign, depending on how it happens. If it's happening like right before, like if it's happening almost in the hand each time, then that's not good. But that usually means that you're waiting too long to release the ball, and so the ball's almost in your hand, and you're doing a catch and release at the same time. So work on maybe giving yourself more time in the toss, or maybe a faster release, depending on where the ball's coming from. The other one is if you're hitting the ball in the air, it could be good, just because that means you're maybe trying a little too consistent. One of the things about juggling is that you want the tosses to be consistent, yes, but they do have to be in different spots. You'll see the tosses are similar, but they're not all coming from the same spot. Like the hands are almost in different places, or almost in the same spot each time, but they have to come from a little bit different angles. They have to come under the ball, scoop around it. Another hiccup is if you're finding it hard to go from the scarves or fabric into the balls. No, it's like a snatch and release into a scoop is the best verbalization I can give it. But it's a similar, it's the same motion. You can kind of see it like this, but just kind of pivoted. Your arms are going like this. So up and across and underneath. And then when you get really comfortable with everything, you can start throwing in some tricks. But always try and be symmetrical. Oops. Because then it'll just, you'll be able to do so much more if you could do it with both your hands. Oh my god. I can't do lefty behind the back, so this is going to be interesting. Oh my god! And I got it on video? Fuck yeah, let's go. Okay. Up, around, up, around. That was a garbage around. We're going to do that up around again. Because that was Baloney! Well, whatever. I got that thing on video and I'm going to use that because that should have been it. I'm so mad. I have no way I'm going to be able to get it off the roof and off the wall. Get it down. Practice, 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 practice. One ball, then two balls, M's, infinity, and do it up. Get that third ball in there. And then when you get that down,